Welcome to AviatorDB News Briefing. Today is Sunday, July 5th, 2026. Here are today's top stories. FAA Supersonic flight rule would end 50-year Overland speed ban. United American Airlines merger speculation runs into antitrust wall. Gulfstream G800 record flight breaks distance and speed marks. Aviation experts debunk dual-pilot incapacitation fears. Now for the details. The Federal Aviation Administration has issued a Notice of Proposed Rulemaking, NPRM, to establish a new FAA Supersonic flight rule that would repeal the blanket prohibition on civil supersonic flight over U.S. land in place since 1973. Rather than an outright speed limit, the proposed regulation sets an interim noise-based certification standard. Aircraft may exceed Mach 1 provided their sonic boom overpressure at the surface does not exceed 0.11 pounds per square foot, PSF. Operators may use measurement, modeling, or other FAA-approved methods to demonstrate compliance, giving manufacturers flexibility in how they meet the threshold. The performance-based approach is designed to enable low supersonic cruise speeds, potentially up to Mach 1.3, by exploiting Mach cutoff, atmospheric refraction, which bends shockwaves upward and away from the ground before they reach populated areas. The technical basis for the 0.11 PSF limit draws on flight data from Boom Supersonic's XB-1 demonstrator and NAS X-59 quiet supersonic research aircraft, both programs aimed at reducing the traditional sonic boom to a barely perceptible thump. The NPRM follows a June 6, 2025 presidential executive order titled Leading the World in Supersonic Flight, which directed the FAA to remove regulatory barriers for next-generation supersonic aviation. The current NPRM addresses en route noise only. The FAA plans to issue a separate proposal covering supersonic landing and takeoff, LTO, noise in December. An integrated final rule is targeted for mid-2027. Once in force, the FAA Supersonic Noise Standard would eliminate the need for case-by-case special flight authorizations, paving the way for routine domestic and transcontinental supersonic corridors, and accelerating the commercial ambitions of manufacturers developing civilian supersonic transport concepts. Speculation over a potential United American Airlines merger has resurfaced after United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby confirmed he approached American Airlines about a possible combination. Kirby argued a unified carrier could better serve travelers and compete against foreign airlines, but acknowledged that American has declined to engage. American Airlines said publicly it is not interested, asserting the deal would harm competition and consumers, according to reports from AP and CNBC. Industry analysts warned that a United American tie-up would face extreme regulatory scrutiny. Reports from MarketWatch and the Washington Examiner note that combining two of the world's largest carriers would create significant hub dominance and slot control issues, making regulatory approval highly unlikely. Analysts describe the antitrust hurdles as nearly insurmountable, even under a business-friendly administration, given the potential for reduced competition and higher fares across major U.S. markets. The renewed chatter comes amid rising jet fuel prices and broader industry anxiety about profitability. While some analysts suggest Kirby's public overture may be a strategic signal aimed at other potential targets, including JetBlue, the current consensus is that a mega merger is a non-starter. The operational complexity alone would be unprecedented, requiring massive fleet integrations, including the ubiquitous Airbus A320 family across U.S. major airline fleets, and sweeping network realignments that would take years to untangle. Gulfstream has confirmed a landmark G800 record flight that established the aircraft as the fastest and farthest business jet in aviation history. On June 28, 2026, a G800 completed a mission from Melbourne, Australia to Moline Isle, covering 8,303 nautical miles in 16 hours and 56 minutes at an average cruise speed of Mach 0.85, according to company reports and industry data from AIN Online and Aerotime Hub. Gulfstream announced July 1st that the G800 achieved the company's 800th city pair speed record. That flight, from Reykjavik, Iceland to Savannah, Ga, spanned 2,973 nautical miles, and was completed in 5 hours and 52 minutes at an average cruise speed of Mach 0.91. Since entering service in August 2025, the G800 has contributed 15 of the fleet's 815 total certified speed records, underscoring the type's exceptional long-range performance credentials. The G800's performance is central to its competitiveness in the ultra-long-range business jet segment. The aircraft carries a certified range of 80,200 nautical miles at Mach 0.85 and a maximum operating speed of Mach 0.935. Figures the Melbourne to Malines mission exceeded under favorable routing conditions. These verified records strengthen the G800's case against rivals as operators assess the top tier of the business aviation market. Full specifications and performance comparisons are available in the Gulfstream G800 Aircraft Encyclopedia entry. The prospect of both pilots becoming incapacitated mid-flight is a favorite Hollywood trope, but aviation professionals say such a scenario is extremely improbable in modern commercial operations. Aviation content creator Captain Steve notes that redundancy is built into the system from the start. Both the captain and first officer hold full type ratings, meaning either crew member can safely manage the aircraft independently if the other is incapacitated. In the rare event of dual incapacitation, modern airliners are designed to maintain stable flight via autopilot while air traffic control coordinates with cabin crew. On aircraft equipped with Autoland systems, a fully automated approach and landing is possible without any pilot input. Flight attendants are trained to conduct regular cockpit checks every 20 to 30 minutes and carry secure emergency access codes to enter a locked flight deck if the crew is unresponsive. Regulatory bodies, including the FAA and EASA, enforce strict medical certification standards and duty time limitations to reduce the risk of sudden health events or fatigue-induced incapacitation. Long-haul operations typically add relief pilots, providing another layer of redundancy. Historical incidents such as Helios Airways Flight 522, where hypoxia incapacitated the crew, underscore the real consequences of cockpit incapacitation. But experts note that layered safety protocols make it nearly inconceivable that a passenger would ever be called upon to land a modern commercial jet. That's all we have for today. You can get the latest aviation news at AviatorDB.com.